What's up, guys? It's your boy Fix It Daniel, and I got another fix for you today. I'm going to change the serpentine belt and the pulley on my 2005 Cadillac SDS. There's a reason why I'm doing it. One is for maintenance, and two, there's another issue why I'm doing it. So we are going to get into this bad boy, and I'm going to show you what it's all about. Find me in the background, always on the outside. Find me in the... So thank you guys for joining the channel. If you haven't seen my stuff, please go down and check it out. Please like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. So as I said today, I'm going to be changing my serpentine belt, tensioner, and my belts on my car. So we're going to show you guys the parts that I got, and then I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing it, and I'm going to show you why I'm doing it. As we come to the fix-it table, we got our belts. We got two belts. So this car comes with two serpentine pulleys, tensioners, and two belts. One belt is for the power steering and AC, and the other one is for the alternator and water pump. But it also comes with two tensioners. So there's two of them, one on each side to handle both of the belts. So yeah, this is going to be really nice. It just came in yesterday from Amazon. I already had these. I got these at the local AutoZone store down the street, so that actually worked out. So, yep. So it's really quite simple to change them out, just like any other car. If you've ever changed out a pulley or a serpentine belt, it's pretty much the same, just that I have two. So we're gonna go over to the car, and then we're gonna explain to you why I'm doing it. So let's come over to my baby. Let's check her out. Let's pop the hood. Okay, so if we can get on down in there and see, as you see, let's get it in focus. As you see right here, focus. All right, as you see right here, there's two serpentine pulleys. If I can get my hand down in there, there's one here, and then there's one to the left. And then there's two belts on the same crank. It's actually got two belts tied together on it, which is really quite interesting. So these are why I'm changing them. So if you see, most of the time they get kind of weak. This one was actually kind of bouncing a little bit. So I have been having some issues with my alternators charging, which my alternator is right there, if you can see it right here. I've been having some charging issues. And I think it could be related to my alternator, but it might be the alternator itself. So I'm doing this because, one, the maintenance, this is going out. This one right here is going out. This one's pretty strong, but it's also kind of weak. And the reason why I say that is, watch this when I pull on the belt. Let me get it. So if I pull on, I shouldn't be able to pull this, but you see how really light that is? That's me pulling on the belt, and it's pulling on the tensioner. That should not happen. I shouldn't be able to pull it at all. If I pull it, it should be like that. It should barely move at all. But with me, I can pull on it, and I can pull it down. So that's the issue that I'm having, and it's the same thing on this side. This one's not really bouncing as much, but I can pull on it. If I grab the right one, I can pull. I can't get my hand down, it's kind of tight, but I can pull on both of the tensioners, and they both kind of move the same kind of motion. So I'm going to replace those and get them all changed out. It's really quite simple. You get a breaker bar or a long wrench, or even a regular wrench, and just push down and get the belt off. Then you take this nut off right here, and then you take it off, put the new one back on, put the belt on. It's really quite simple. You torque it down, and then we go from there. So that's what we're going to get into today, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And so we're going to get into this. We're going to get down in there, but we're going to start by getting this out the way, just because of the space will be a lot more better. So we're going to get this off, just to get it out the way. And I got another one right here. I'm doing this one-handed because I really want to show you guys this thing, so bear with me. I'm doing this one-handed. It's not exactly easy. If anybody does this stuff, it's not easy at all. I'm gonna pull off this little nozzle here, and we'll put this to the side, and then that'll give us full range access in there. So now we're going to go ahead and take off the belt. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this belt off, get it off of here. But actually, we're going to get the first one off, which is right here. We're going to get this one first off. Let's see if we can get that. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get this belt loosened, and we're gonna get this off the serpentine, and then we'll do the other one. Let's get a longer one. All right, it's a little too long. Hold on a sec. Alrighty. Get that on there. Give it a little. Actually, we're going to do it this way. So we'll hold this down. Get this belt off. Alrighty. So it looks like this belt and serpentine need to go on hand in hand, and otherwise it's not going to fit. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind. But let us at least get this one off. Actually, you know what? We'll take off this. We'll take this one off here, and then that way we can get that out the way. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and get this off. This is actually not coming off with me pushing it down. Must be a backing that's holding it in place. So I guess when you put it back on, make sure that this is looping over when you bolt it back up. So we're going to take our, looks like our 932.15. We're going to go ahead and try and get this off. Like so. Almost there. It's a big long bolt. And there it goes. And then out. This belt wants to grab on everything. All right, out comes the belt. And as I hit the floor, out comes this. So now we'll work on getting this one off. And this belt's off. Here, let me get an extension. Got some they're long bolts, so and here it comes. And now let's go take a look at them. All right, guys. So now we got both of them out. Got the belts out too. So we are going to look at what we get. So here's one belt. And then here is the other one. So we got this one here. This is for the alternator and water pump. And then this one was the AC and power steering. So one box for one box for two, and then we got these. So let's check the first one out. So what you always want to do is you just want to make sure that they're about the same. Looks pretty accurate. Looks like they're about the same everything. Same pulley. This one's just got this little dot, but it looks the same. So pretty good, pretty identical. And then you want to make sure got the same type of belt. Usually what you can do is put these to the side just to make sure. Stick it inside the old one and make sure you got the right length. And then if you don't, you go to the next one. If you can get it in there. See? Perfect length. So this one goes with that one, which is fine. And then do the same thing for this one. Stick it inside. See? Perfect size. Fits. Just the only difference is that it's been stretched out. This is the old one, so it's stretched out, obviously. I mean, this is the new one, so it's been bent, so it's not stretched, whereas this one is. So, no big deal. And we got the other one right here. Same exact one. Make sure they all line up perfectly. Make sure you line up the same. And then now we'll just go install. Alright guys, so now we're gonna go and put in the back we're gonna put in the back one and get it all nice and lined up. Keep in mind there's holes. There's holes. This is woo, hot. This is the new one, but it's like the old one. There's a hole. There's a little notch here that you have to put in there. Just fair warning. I had to. This is from Amazon. Naturally, not everything always fits. So I'm going to show you the difference. So this is the factory one. This is the one from Amazon. The one from Amazon had a notch, 2 notches, which I only needed 1. So I figured out which side is which because it is a directional kind of tensioner. So the one that I didn't need, I just hacked it off with a hacksaw on both sides. So just rule of thumb, if you ever run into that, it is Amazon. You take what you can get, and it just is what it is. So, all right. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this nice and bolted on there. Let's turn it by hand. All right, let's get in there. Get this on there nice and good. Here, let me get my extension real quick. Alrighty. And I'm gonna go get the torque wrench and I'll torque it real quick. Alright guys, we're back. I had to get the torque wrench. So we torqued these bolts to 37 foot-pounds. Like that, and then we're gonna commence on putting the belts on. So just like so. These new belts are always going to be tricky, but you get it on there as best you can. Alright guys, so we're back. Right now we're trying to put this belt on. We torqued this down to 37 foot-pounds. See if we can get it better. Oh, there we go, better. So now we're just putting the belts on. Okay, new belts are always going to be tight, just FYI. It's not fun. Not fun at all. Let's see. All right guys, we're back. Sorry about that. It's hard to get this on here. I actually had to go from the bottom. I actually had to, I got it on there, but I was trying to go from the top of the power steering pump, and that I shouldn't have done that. So I actually had to go down here. So once I put this on top, and then it just fell right on. So easy peasy. So now to conclude and finish, I'll get my camera right. Get my camera right. All right. Let me focus. All right, now we're gonna put the other one on. Let's see if we can. Only this one's a little different. The belt has to go on first on this one. So we're just going to get it over the water pump to hold it in place, like so, and throw it over the alternator just to get it out the way, but get it where it needs to be. So push this down just a little bit. All right, get the bolt started. Yeah, like so. Make sure everything lines up. Now we're going to torque these bolts, 37 foot-pounds. Actually, extension, I need it again. And there we go. And now, do the battling part, which is pretty much getting this on here. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Alright guys, so we're back. Now we got this one on here and this one on here. Sorry I couldn't show you guys exactly what I went through, but and later I will explain what I had to do in order to get that on here. So now I got it on here, and now I'm gonna finish putting the belt on. I gonna have to come back because my stand broke, so I can't hold it and put it on at the same time. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so we're back, and there's the finished product. A little strenuous, but got it on there. A little harder because the serpentine tensioners were from Amazon, so a little difficult getting them in there because of the tabs that's on the back side. So but yeah, it's in there nice and tight, all lined up. Got new belts and a new tensioner. Alright guys, with all of it being done and ready to go, I'm just going to start it up, make sure all the lines line up. So let's get on in. You always want to check and make sure they're lined, even though you may got them on there. Oh yeah. So to make sure it's running right, make sure it's all, you know, line up, make sure it's not tearing or anything like that. And that's it. It's all nice together. I'm gonna button it up and then I'll explain what I had to do. Alright guys, so we're back. So let me clear some of this stuff off here. And then we'll get to explaining what happened. Alright, so as you know, both of these pulleys have these little notches here and here. I believe this is the pulley for the power steering and AC, and then this is the pulley for the water pump and the alternator. So when I got the one from Amazon, they were the same. It's just that they had these little notches here and here on both of them. So when I ordered them and I showed it in the picture, they only had one notch, but when I got them in the mail, they had two. Now, I guess it's because some vehicles have two notch holes. Now, these notch holes are basically to keep, so when you bolt this pulley to the side of the motor, the notch keeps it from turning when you got the bolt hole. Because if you know you got the bolt hole in and you got it tight and torqued, when it pulls, this is going to turn it. And this notch is to keep it from doing that. So what I did on one of them is I actually had to grind them off. Well, actually, I grinded them both off. I didn't need these ends, so on the new ones. So I took a little electric hacksaw, hacked them off, and then grinded them flat. Now it worked on the one with the power steering pump and AC. It bolted right up, no problem. But I believe it was this one. Actually, yeah, this was it. It was this one. So this is the one that goes for the alternator and the water pump. This is the factory one. So when it goes into the hole, it keeps it from moving. It has a little bit of a play of adjustment. You can raise it up and lower it, but once you get the bolt in, it kind of centers it up. So when I put the new one, I'll get a little closer. When I put the new one in, it didn't fit. Even with this piece gone and getting the hole in, this particular piece on the newer one was a little bit further, I would say, down and over, or maybe just down a little bit. So it was pretty close. It was just a shy of being not fitting. So what I did was figuring out which was the reason it was hitting. So what it was doing was it was hitting up here on this top corner. I'd say about like right here. A little bit of this chunk was hitting the corner. So what I did was I took one of these, my electric thing, and my electric saw, and I cut just a little bit off. So it's like a half moon, like a quarter half moon cut, just enough to where I have something to stop it from spinning, but enough to fit the hole. So I did that. After I finished cutting that piece, this little corner piece off, I put it on and it bolted right up, and then it was done. So just a little, just like I said before with other things I've done, when you get them from Amazon, they always don't come exactly as they are. That's why you look at them to make sure that they fit. So I didn't think that the two holes these two little nubs on the end mattered, but actually it did, because I only needed one so it could fit in the hole, and then the bolt keeps it together. So when I did that, I hacked it, cut it, and then boom, it worked out just fine. So now good to go. They're all nice and tight, and we'll see what happens with the alternator, see if it charges, and then kind of go from there. So there we go, all done. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. Comments, you like what I like with the stuff. I try to do my best to post this stuff on this car, because a lot of people are looking for these kind of videos for pieces for their car, and they're not finding them, or they're not finding a really good video of them. I try my best to detail the videos. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you can't, just because of the hand space and my camera can't reach over. This time my camera couldn't reach over, and it just wasn't working. It kept falling off the car, so I ended up just having to do a stop, explain. So normally I like to do it as I'm doing it, so just how it went on this one. But that's it, guys. It's hot outside. I am sweating. I'm done. That's it. So please, guys, if you like this stuff, please like and subscribe at the bottom. Thank you so much for all the likes and comments. You can follow me on Instagram as well, down at the bottom. So guys, just thank you so much. And please send me some love. Let me know what you guys like this stuff. Comment at the bottom, or just to say hey, and just say thank you for all the stuff that you've done. And a lot of people have done that, and I'm really appreciating that. It hits me right here in my heart. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Well, that's it. And you guys have a good and blessed day.